Long ago, a legendary figure known as Shunan, the divine farmer, explored forests in search of edible plants. According to an ancient tale, he accidentally poisoned himself 72 times in one day. Just as the poison threatened his life, a leaf floated into his mouth. Upon chewing it, he felt revived. This, as the legend goes, was how tea was discovered. Though tea doesn't actually cure poisoning, the story reflects its deep cultural significance in ancient China. Archaeological findings suggest that tea cultivation in China dates back about 6,000 years, long before the construction of the Egyptian pyramids. Initially, people consumed tea as a vegetable or cooked it into porridge. It was only around 1,500 years ago that tea became a beverage, as people realized that heat and water brought out its complex flavors. Over time, tea preparation evolved. People began compressing it into cakes, grinding it into powder, and mixing it with hot water, creating a drink called muocha, or matcha. This sparked a distinct tea culture in China, inspiring books, poetry, and even tea-based artwork similar to modern coffee foam designs. During the Tang dynasty in the 9th century, a Japanese monk took the first tea plant to Japan, leading to the development of the Japanese tea ceremony. Later, during the Ming dynasty in the 14th century, the Chinese emperor shifted tea preparation from compressed cakes to loose leaves. At this time, China controlled the global tea trade, alongside its other valuable exports, porcelain and silk. The global demand for tea surged in the early 1600s when Dutch traders brought it to Europe. By the late 1600s, tea gained popularity in England, partly due to Queen Catherine of Braganza, a Portuguese noblewoman who married King Charles II. As the British Empire expanded, tea drinking spread worldwide. By 1700, the price of tea in Europe was 10 times that of coffee, yet China remained the sole producer. To sustain trade, Britain initially paid for Chinese tea with silver. When this became too costly, they proposed trading opium instead. This led to widespread addiction in China, sparking tensions that culminated in the First Opium War, 1839 to 1842. China was ultimately forced into an unequal treaty, ceding Hong Kong to Britain and resuming trade on unfavorable terms. To further dominate the tea market, the British East India Company sent botanist Robert Fortune on a covert mission to smuggle tea plants and skilled workers out of China. Disguised as a local, he secretly transported tea to Darjeeling, India, establishing new plantations that fueled global production. Today, tea is the world's second most consumed beverage after water. From Turkish rice tea to Tibetan butter tea, nearly every culture has developed its own unique way of preparing and enjoying